Hello everyone, I'm Harvey and welcome to a new video on my YouTube channel. As you can see, I finished 4th overall and 1st in England in the 2021 season in FPL, and I would like to share some tips and tricks to help you along your FPL journey. Let's dive straight into it. So my Game Week 21 team got 70 points, which was 15 above the average in the end. So a decent week really, but there are a few players that I wish I would have had, AMAD being one with that hat-trick, and I was considering him instead of Eberici Eze, but I decided to go with Eze in the end. But yeah, just hopefully and it will pay off in the long term rather than the short term, because that Southampton at home fixture was the plum fixture for AMAD, so maybe his returns will drop after that, but we'll have to wait and see. In terms of the team, obviously Palmer got a goal and 3 bonus as well, so another 10 pointer from him. He's just ridiculous for points in terms of bonus, so if he comes away with 1 return, he's normally coming away with 2 or 3 bonus points. That's just the kind of player he is, and he's just a great FPL asset. In terms of the team selection part of the video, he is flagged as yellow on FPL at the moment, just purely because of a little knock that he got in the last fixture against Bournemouth at home. It was apparently in the first half. He actually got a knock on the ankle, but he actually ended up playing 90 minutes, so I'm not sure why he's a doubt for the weekend when he continued for the second half as well. So he's definitely either a captaincy shout or in my team for this week at least. So yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about him if you do own him, which is quite a lot of people actually. But yeah, moving on to the glaring mistake really was the captaincy choice. I thought Salah against Forest away, although Forest are top 3 defence this season, I feel like they will start to plummet eventually. I feel like they will eventually drop out the Champions League spots. But yeah, it wasn't this game in terms of them misperforming or underperforming. So you can see Salah came away with 0.81 expected goal involvements, which does nearly accumulate to 1, which you can kind of count yourself unlucky really if you did captain him. He did have a couple of shots on goal towards the end of the game. One was actually cleared off the line by Aina, I believe, of Forest. So yeah, it could have gone better, but that's FPL for you. It's not always plain sailing, is it? So yeah, obviously everyone but him actually returned, including Wood on my bench in terms of my midfielders and forwards, which is just the icing on top of the cake really. And yeah, obviously Isaac, he was a doubt for this weekend, or that game week, sorry, and he came away with a 16 pointer despite only playing 77 minutes. So yeah, in hindsight I would have captained him, but again, that's hindsight for you. Mateta actually got 7 points, and then for some reason the FPL were at it again in terms of adding a bonus after the game week has actually finished. So he actually gained a point overnight on Thursday evening. So yeah, I'm not sure why they operate like that, but yeah, it's out of our control, isn't it? I'm not going to complain, because obviously that brought me up to 70 points. So really happy with Mateta, and definitely holding him for the foreseeable future, considering the fixtures that he's got coming up. Obviously Chris Wood, the last striker that I need to talk about, obviously he got another goal against Liverpool, which wiped out my Trent clean sheets. He's just an absolute man mountain at the moment, and although he's only scored points in the last 3 game weeks, I feel like he's had the opportunities to score even more points than he has, and I believe he's overtaken Haaland, or he's close to Haaland's FPL points this season, which is ridiculous considering the price tag, because he did start off at 6 million, I believe. So yeah, really happy with him. Obviously I would, if I was to go back in time, I'd obviously play him over Salah, but yeah, in the heat of the moment, obviously you're not going to pick Salah on the bench and then obviously replace him with Wood, are you? So yeah, it's just points chasing really, and I can't really complain, because obviously I've got an informed player that's coming up against Southampton at home next week. So yeah, obviously happy to own Chris Wood. Just wish that I would have played him. In terms of the midfield, obviously they all returned. Eze and Rodgers both got an assist each. Eze, obviously the data wasn't great against Leicester, but again with Mateta and Eze, I'm just going to hold on to them because of the fixtures they've got coming up. And I know AMAD scored a hat-trick last night, but I wouldn't overreact and try and bring him in. His data hasn't been that great recently, so yeah, although he did score a hat-trick and he's obviously in form, I would hold off for the foreseeable future, and especially because he plays for United, who are just so up and down at the moment. So yeah, if you want to make a transfer and bring him in, by all means be my guest, but I feel like I'm not going to overreact from that hat-trick that he scored last night and bring him in. I'm just going to leave him on the side for the foreseeable future. But yeah, you can do whatever you want with your teams. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And obviously Rodgers got an assist against Everton away as well. I was quite fortunate to get a return from him, to be fair, considering the data he put up, 0.13 expected goal involvement. So yeah, happy with the assist and the 6 points. And then obviously Gordon got a goal and one bonus and a clean sheet point as well. Yeah, again, really happy with him. And he played the exact same minutes as Isak as well. 77 minutes. I think they'll just rest him for the weekend because obviously it's a short turnaround until game week 22. So yeah, I'm really happy to own him. And yeah, you can see the data is brilliant as well. He did pop up with a goal, and he even had a couple of chances to get an assist as well. So yeah, really happy with owning him. Obviously Salah, I'm not going to overreact about him. It's the first time he's blanked in God knows how long, since game week 7. So yeah, I'm not going to overreact, and yeah, not captain him in the future. But it is disappointing, obviously, because I captained him, but such is life. I can't really complain too much. And then obviously the back line, apart from Lewis Hall, all blanked. Arsenal defence are kind of annoying at the moment because they haven't got a clean sheet in the last 3, but they have played 2 away fixtures and Tottenham at home, who always manage to score in a fixture. So yeah, I'm not going to overreact again. And the fixtures coming up aren't that bad either. Obviously City at home, maybe I'll try and bench him for that, but either side of that, they're not difficult fixtures, are they? So yeah, I'm happy to own him and Raya at the moment. Obviously Ryan might leave the team for either Alisson or Pickford in game week 24, purely because they've got a double fixture and Raya comes up against City at home. So yeah, he might have 2 more game weeks in my team and then he'll eventually be moved on, but that's in the future. And obviously Lewis Hall again got 6 points. Just ridiculous at the moment. The last 6 game weeks, he's racking so many points up, and going forward the fixtures aren't that bad either. So yeah, I'm going to play him next week, and he has risen up to 5 million as well. So yeah, happy with him. He's not going anywhere. And then obviously Trent, last but not least. Yeah, there are still rumours of him leaving in January to Real Madrid, but again, I'm just going to play him until it becomes a problem, really. I'm not going to overreact, and the fixtures coming up are pretty decent. Apart from that City away fixture, you could probably play him in most weeks. So yeah, again, he's not going anywhere. He's there to stay. And obviously Konsa got 8 points from a bench. Everton away. In hindsight, yeah, I would have played him against Gabriel, but I had no idea that Aston Villa were finally going to keep a clean sheet, despite not keeping a clean sheet against Leicester at home and Brighton at home. But yeah, that's FPL for you. And then last on my bench, Nuri, obviously 0.13 expected goal involvements for a defender is actually pretty decent. Again, he's just going to sit on my bench until I need him, or until I need to free up some funds and replace him with someone. But yeah, I'm trying to hold out until possibly game weeks 26 onwards, just so I get that rub of the green in terms of the fixtures. But yeah, it's just for now he's just going to be last on my bench until I need him, as I said before. So yeah, that was the team. Decent-ish week, and a slight red arrow to 149k. So yeah, it's not the biggest red arrow ever, but hopefully we'll get a green one next week. So looking at my game week 22 team, obviously I've got double Arsenal defence again. Aston Villa at home. I'm not expecting a clean sheet here, but I'm not going to spend points to try and remove an Arsenal defence that are still sitting at the top of the expected goals conceded. So yeah, obviously going to keep them for this game week and hope that there is an anomaly in terms of getting a clean sheet against Aston Villa. But the fixtures coming up again are not that bad. So yeah, I'm just going to keep them for the time being. Obviously Lewis Hall, he's a mainstay in the team at the moment. I didn't expect him to be, but yeah, he's got a decent fixture this week, Bournemouth at home. So hopefully he'll get another clean sheet and maybe an attacking return. Trent, again, going to keep him until he's a problem in the team. He's got Brentford away, which is a tough fixture on paper, but again, let's hope for an unexpected clean sheet against Brentford, and just hope Mbeumo doesn't score, but that's famous last words. Obviously, Eze, West Ham away, again, not a bad fixture, and same goes for Mateta as well, obviously because they play for the same team. And yeah, hopefully he continues his hot streak that he's on at the moment in terms of attacking returns, and he also returns against West Ham. But again, the fixtures coming up are really good as well, so I have no aspirations of selling them. Them being Eze and Mateta, and obviously Gordon, same goes for him. Isak and Hall, they've got decent fixtures this week, and obviously Southampton next week as well, so I'm loving the triple up on Newcastle players for that fixture. And going forward, obviously the fixtures from 25 to 27 aren't great, but either side of that are looking really good as well, so yeah, definitely going to hold on to them. And Isak is a potential captaincy shout for this week, but as you can see, he's not on him at the moment. He is in fact on Palmer, and he is yellow flagged on FPL as I've previously mentioned, but I think that's just a fake flag, because he did continue after that slight ankle knock that he apparently got in that Bournemouth game. So I think Wolves at home is probably one of the plumbest fixtures in the calendar, and they just looked lost against Newcastle defensively. So yeah, I'm hoping that Palmer chips in with a couple of returns, and I hope people are put off by that yellow flag as well. It might change to Wood or Isak between now and the deadline, but yeah, for me, I think Palmer, obviously being a midfielder that gets 1 extra point per goal as well, and he's a monster for bonus points as well. So yeah, he's definitely the captaincy choice for me this week. And obviously Salah, he hasn't got the armband this week, so I've obviously learnt from my mistake last week. I just think Brentford away is a difficult fixture on paper, so if he chips in with a return, obviously I will be happy with it. But yeah, I see Palmer having more potential in this fixture. And then obviously, last but not least, Wood. Southampton at home is probably the best fixture on the calendar at the moment, and that's why I've got the vice captain on him. And he's in a hot streak of form as well at the moment. So yeah, I can see him get multiple returns against Southampton. I just feel like Palmer has the ability to go absolutely nuclear in terms of the points he scores in one game. So yeah, obviously I owned him for that 4-goal haul at home against Brighton this year actually. So yeah, I can see him outscoring Wood. But yeah, Wood's a decent captaincy shout if you want to go there this week. But yeah, for me, Palmer is the man. And obviously on the bench, Arsenal away for Constant Rodgers. Yeah, one of the most difficult fixtures in the calendar. So yeah, I think they're worthy of being on the bench this week. And maybe I'll bring them in for West Ham at home. And yeah, as you can see, those 3 green fixtures beside of Chelsea and Arsenal. But yeah, in the future they may become useful, but yeah, for this week they are on the bench. And obviously second on my bench is Aït-Nouri, who's promoted from third on my bench for this week. I just feel like Chelsea are vulnerable at the back, and Aït-Nouri is probably one of the most attacking defenders in the league at the moment. So yeah, maybe if he's needed, he might get a return against Chelsea, but let's hope he's not needed, and that everyone plays in my starting 11. But yeah, that's the team for this week. Obviously, as I said before, Palmer captain, Wood vice captain, and hopefully we'll get a little green arrow this week and move towards the top 100k. But good luck with your teams, and I'll see you again next week. Thank you for watching this episode. If you could please like, subscribe and comment on what I should do next, that would be great. See you in the next one.